Pakistan does not have that relationship with the Americans. Pakistan has to find its place. Then the US Defense Secretary Austin called the Chief of Army Staff, General Bajwa. It is very easy to criticize the Foreign Office. Everybody does it. From the chaiwala, the dynamics of South Asia region is changing in a big way. And I will explain to you what is happening. Pakistan was a good friend of the US for many years, for many decades. And now Pakistan does not have that relationship with the Americans. The Indians have a partnership, a strategic partnership with US. Similarly, Russia was a good friend of India and still remains to be so, but it is opening towards Pakistan. It is establishing military contacts, it is establishing economic links with support for our economic projects. And even yesterday there was a report that they are going to help Pakistan with the gas pipeline. So, north-south gas pipeline. So, Russia is becoming friendly to Pakistan, while it has always been a friend of India. US is used to be a friend of Pakistan, is now friendly to India much more than towards Pakistan. China, which is a very good friend of Pakistan, also has now a very thriving trade relationship with India. So, the old alignments are changing. And it's not the same as before, as in the 20th century. 21st century diplomacy is different from the 20th century diplomacy. And this is a factor that is making the entire region develop new dynamics. Key challenges are that Pakistan has to find its place in this scenario in a manner that it establishes its position as a strong strategic country in this region, as a partner for all its neighbors, and get international support for countering India, because Pakistan has a problem with India since many years. The main problem is that of Kashmir. Therefore, Pakistan A must solicit support for Kashmir, B must establish its position in this region as an important country, and C, it must have friendly relations with all its neighbors. So, these are the foreign policy challenges of Pakistan. Fortunately, Pakistan is perhaps the most important country for the problem in Afghanistan. Pakistan is a neighbor of Afghanistan. Pakistan has played a key role in developments in Afghanistan over all these many years. And Pakistan has influence with some sections of Afghan political elements, the Taliban and the other political warlords and others. Now, the proof of this is that in January of 2018, the United States condemned Pakistan for being deceitful, for having deceived the US, for having taken a lot of aid and given nothing in return. And that same country came running to Pakistan in 2019 for support in bringing about peace in Afghanistan. So, all the major powers of the world recognize Pakistan's importance in regard to Afghanistan. Pakistan is even now playing a very crucial role. Only last week, the national security advisors of Pakistan and the US met in Geneva. Then the US Defense Secretary Austin called the Chief of Army Staff, General Bajwa, and there was a phone call, again called by the US, from Secretary Blinken to Mr. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, the Foreign Minister of Pakistan. So there is high-level interaction that is now going on between the two countries, and our role in regard to the final stages of the Afghan situation, where the US is concluding its presence, is withdrawing from that country, is now taking place. So Pakistan's position and importance is very big in the American perception. This is a personal opinion. I'll give you a personal opinion, and that is that the people of Kashmir have to fight their own battle. Pakistan has been a great supporter of Kashmir. It will continue to be a great supporter of Kashmir. But when the people of Kashmir rise up, then nobody can stop them from achieving their rights. Now, India is very repressive. It is not allowing the Kashmiri people to exercise their right. The Indian government has placed more than 800,000 troops in that small valley of only about 7-8 million people. So the ratio of military force in regard to the population is very big. Then they are waging a relentless suppression and oppression and tyranny against the people of Kashmir. They are attacking men, women and children. They are attacking people with pellet guns. It's the most horrific humanitarian persecution of any people that you can imagine in this 21st century. So I think Kashmiris have a very difficult struggle ahead of them, but eventually I think the Kashmiris will succeed. You see, it is very easy to criticize the Foreign Office. Everybody does it. From the chaiwala to the highest politicians, everybody is critical of the Foreign Office. But the Foreign Office is your asset, and I'll tell you why. In the Foreign Office, you have officials who have been trained to pursue diplomacy. They are recruited at the age of 21 or 22, and all their life they are taking part in diplomacy. They are exercising their professional expertise. A Foreign Office person who becomes an ambassador has at least 25 years of experience of diplomacy. So by and large, Foreign Office is doing all right. And Foreign Office finally, even if there are mistakes or some wrong decisions, that's not the Foreign Office. The Foreign Office only recommends policy. The decision is that of the Prime Minister, of the government. Foreign Office is not making the decisions. So they only make recommendations. So if it is accepted, that's fine. If it is not accepted, then there may be some problems down the line, and that the Foreign Office, then again the Foreign Office has to solve those problems. Nobody else will come and solve the problems. So we have to be realistic. You know, Foreign Office is a body of trained cadre of people who your asset. You have inducted them, you have made them diplomats, and you have trained them, you have given them benefits. So you must take advantage of them, not criticize them all the time.